AI is transforming how we design and build. Are you ready to lead the change? Join top industry experts from AECOM, MCOM, and nCircle Tech. See how AI is applied in real AECO projects, from generative design to construction optimization. Practical applications of generative AI in the AECO sector. AI opportunities in urban design and smart city management. AI use cases applied to construction for optimization design. Don't miss your chance to build smarter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the ZIGURAT AI Congress. This event is organized by ZIGURAT Institute of Technology, and it was created to explore how artificial intelligence is changing architecture, engineering, and construction. My name is Thaisa Figueroa. I'm an architect and urbanist, and I work as a program owner in institutional relations here in ZIGURAT. And it's a real pleasure to be here with you today, live from Barcelona, for this exciting event where we will explore real examples of how AI is being used in the AECO industry. So if this is your first ZIGURAT event, let me tell you a little bit about who we are. ZIGURAT is an online education institute with more than 20 years of experience in e-learning. We offer master's and postgraduate programs in our areas like BIM management, digital transformation, and smart cities. We work with an international team of professors who are not only teachers, but also professionals working in the industry. And we are super proud of our global community with over 20,000 students from more than 120 countries. And before we continue, let's make it a little bit interactive. Please tell us in the chat the name of your country or the city where you are joining us today. Let's see how global our audience is today. Let me check here really fast. Oh, I can see people are joining us from London, Toronto, Italy. Wow, that's amazing, people. So it's wonderful to connect with so many professionals around the world who are interested in the future of AI in our industry. So for us at ZIGURAT, including artificial intelligence in our academic path was a natural step. As architects, engineers, and builders, we are entering a new era, an era of smart decisions, automation, and efficient workflows. And today's event is an offering of our newest master's program, the Masters in Artificial Intelligence for Architecture and Construction. This master's was created to help AECO professionals like all of you here understand how to apply AI in real projects and become leaders of digital transformation. So please feel free to scan the QR code you are seeing on the screen to explore more about this program. And now, let's begin the main part of today's event. We are very happy to have three amazing professionals with us today. Lilian Ho. We are here with Lilian Ho, Associate Director at AECOM and Academic Director of the Masters in AI at ZIGURAT. We have also Jordana de Castro Rosa, who is BIM Manager at WSP and expert in AI tools for AEC. And also we have Varun Bhartiya, CEO and co-founder of nCircle Tech. During the event, feel free to use the chat to send us questions and comments. We will have time at the end of the session for a Q&A moment with our speakers. So let's get started with our first speaker from today, Lilian Ho. Lilian is Associate Director at AECOM, Woman in AI, Woman in BIM Mentor, and she's also our Academic Director of the Masters in AI at ZIGURAT. And Lilian will show us how generative AI is transforming the early design phase of projects in the AECO sector. So Lilian, welcome. The stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lilian. As Tysa say, I'm the Associate Director for Digital and BIM and AECOM, and also the Program Director at ZIGURAT Institution of Technology. And I'm leading this first ever master degree course in Artificial Intelligence for Architecture and Construction. And thank you for attending this session. Yeah, we are super excited. And just tell you a bit of my background, and my background is architecture and also BIM managers and digital leads as well. And I've been in industry for 20 years, and a particular interest for the advanced technology, automation, obviously AI drive the industry more efficient. And today we are going to discuss some transformation role of the generative AI in AECO sector. And we will explore some practical application and real-world examples that highlight the potential for this technology. Let's have a look at the importance of the AI for AEC industry. There is a few points here. Yeah, you might already know some of the point, and you might not. And so just quickly to go through this, and for example, automate the task, makes the decision, data analyst, drive efficiency. Everyone love it. Forecast creativity, improve the safety, accelerate progress as well, and sustainability as an important part for us as well. And as the AECO sector facing increased demand of efficiency, everyone asking the project faster and moving forward, sustainability and also innovation as well. Generative AI can provide really powerful tools to meet all this challenge. And just a quick one for what is AI. And obviously everyone probably have some concept on the head or actually using it day to day already. I think you heard this word like every day or a couple of times per day, and you're using ChatGPT, OpenAI regularly, and now the DeepSeek AI as everyone's talking about. So artificial intelligence is probably more formal terms to refers to development of a computer system and perform the task, usually using humans' intelligence, and also included the learning and reasoning and problem solving as well, and make our decision. And you can see this diagram, and so the AI actually been in our life for a long time, and over feel like 5 to 6 decades, and AI have been developed like very, very quickly. And within last year, and at least 3 generation of the models have been released. And so why AI? Why particular generative AI? AI included different technologies such as like machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing, as well as generative AI, and we also call it Gen AI as well, and which allow the machine to learn from the data, recognize the pattern, and make the better decision. And particular generative AI is become more crucial in our life, and of course in AEC industry as well. And why is generative is more excited? Why this particular generative AI is more open up to our possibility? Main reason is like the creativities and innovation, and make it much more powerful for the design process, for the individual and organization as well. For AECO, and obviously we're looking for how to improve our design efficiency with management every day. And generative AI is quickly able to generate like multiple design options. And if you test some of the application in the market, you probably like click it in 5 minutes, you have like so many options just within your eye blinking. And it's more innovative solution as well. It tends to be more automated for the project management. And for example, predicting any delayed, automating tasks and improve the source allocation as well, and make our workflow more streamlined. And also analyze the data, predict the issues, and make more safely. For example, the AI-driven technology like robotic, drones, and improve the construction efficiency and safety as well. And it's more also aimed to the sustainability, smart city, and also energy usage, urban planning as well. While digital twins technology is make the life cycle of the management and operation much easier. And by understand what is generative AI and compare with the traditional AI, which is rely on the predefined rule or algorithm to perform specific tasks, excel the structure environments with the repetitive tasks and such as like voice assistants and recommendation engines. But like generative AI, on the other hand, is more creative and create more new contents like the text, image, and you can see it from your day-to-day life, and then how to generate the image and audio, video, and then learn from the large language models and large data set, and making adaptable and creative. And the key different part is the creativity and the data handling, the application as well. And so we can make a better decision and automation as well. And there is a different capability of the generative AI. And for example, I just pick a couple in here, and the text generation and image generation, and then that particular architect and probably like more useful, like you use the ChatGPTs and search and the regulations or provide advice from the particular task, and image generation and make the design, rendering, and automation for the image and this design option as well. And there is other industry, they use music composition and the code generation and conversational AI. And generative AI usually closer to you and assisting to you every day, and taking minute and report back to you over the meeting as well. And it's like it's more day-to-day use. Yeah, you can find a lot of example, Alexa from Amazon and Open Tables, Uber, Ticketmaster, ChatGPT obviously, and Copilot as well. And then you can see some Copilot and built-in or ChatGPT built-in the software. Okay, and it is a tool to neutralize the large language model to produce the text and mimic the human's writing and category in the specific form of generative AI. Well, in general, and it's create more contents and in the responsive for the user prompt. Okay, so the technologies like machine learning, neural network, and deep learning, that's power the generative AI. And for the construction industry, and the use of the generative AI can generate like design option, as I said before, as more quickly and more option and create more possibility, and then create more solutions for the engineer, architect, or yeah, civil design, and or the whole industry benefit. Okay, and there is some example, and yeah, just pick some examples because the growth of the AI has become more and more evidence every day, and from various industry, of course, architecture and construction. And there is some, there is so many examples in the market right now, and sometimes you don't know how to choose it. and there is also tools to various construction stage as well. And I'll just pick some of the examples here, and they are in the conceptual stage, early design stage. For example, the generative design and planning, and we can use the AI algorithm to create more design solution and more strategic plan and based on the specific constraint and preference. And another one is the construction scheduling and utilize the AI to predict the and manage the construction timeline and resource allocation and improve the efficiency of the project. And the bid management and the employing AI to analyze the bid, evaluate the contractor, and streamline the bidding process as well. And specification, submittal management using AI to automate the documentation and approve the process. And make sure the complying the regulations and project standard as well. Another one is site safety and the risk management. And we can implement the AI-driven system and monitor the site's condition, predict any hassle, and improve the safety protocol as well. For the project collaboration, is create more better communication and coordination among the stakeholder. We are using the AI-powered collaboration tools. And next one is the off-site construction. We can optimize the manufacturing process and assembly process of the prefabricated material components as well. Project cost management, we can check the expenses, forecast the cost, and maintain the budget control. And automation and robotic as neutralize the AI driven the robotic system, automated repeated tasks, and also like increase the productivities as well throughout the process. Okay, so this is only some example, and there is much more in the market. But also you can see some more AI projects from our next presentation from Jordana, and some real life examples from Varun, and where is the AI significantly improve the project outcome as well. And the final one, I will looking ahead, and we will expect that the generative AI will be continuous evolving and giving us more complex tools for the AEC industry, and will drive further innovation and efficiencies as well. And it have the potential to significantly impact our industry. And there is some trend in the Gen AI and their potential impacts. For example, the writing coding, this trends use AI prompt and to generate code, letting the developers to focus on the high-level solution, and particularly in the AEC industry, and that was able to streamline the software development and design and project management tools as well. But however, there is some potential risk by using this code method at the moment, but it's still, there is some times to develop more mature level, in my opinion. But who knows after 6 months and how is the developments look like. And the second one is the agentic AI, and this AI system is more self-direct for the long-term goal, and making the decision and minimize the human intervention And the AECO industry, agentless AI could be able to improve the project workflow and decision making and resource management as well. It's different from the traditional AI system, and agentless AI can provide actually real-time solution, and that is very interesting one. And I think it's a significantly impact for some industry. It's already used at like healthcare, finance, manufacturing, logistic as well. So I can't wait to see more exploration in the AEC industry. And the last one I will say is the multimodal AI, and it's more refers back to the machine learning model, and then it's process and integrate the multiple data type like text, image, and sounds and videos as well, and also create more comprehensive and more accurate model. And I think it's particularly useful for AECO industry to create more details like BIM models and more improve the virtual design and construction processing as well. And this one is one to watch out too as well. But thank you very much to attend this seminar. That's me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lilian. Let me get back my screen here. Thank you. It's amazing to see these opportunities and how AI is helping with the design decisions right from the beginning and all these trends that you commented. And now let's move from early design to integrate workflows using AI and BIM. Our next speaker is Jordana de Castro Rosa. She is BIM manager at the WSP, specialized in AI services and products. She's also Brazilian as me, and she's also alumni from ZIGURAT. Jordana, thank you for being here. Please go ahead. Let me present what we are going to talk today. Now, she will share two innovative projects, the AI to Spaco, and the Ecomatic. And also, I think she will talk a little bit about the vibe code trend that Lilian just commented before. So, Jordana, thank you, and the floor is yours now.
All right. Thank you so much for the invitation, Thais and Lilian. It's a pleasure to be back at ZIGURAT now teaching what I learned since I finished my master in global being management about 4 to 3 years ago. Nice to meet you, everybody. My name is Jordana de Castro Rosa. I recently joined WSP as a being manager. Prior to that, I was in the digital practice team at Parkinson Wheel. And I have been specializing myself in AI. I have been developing and leading some cool projects with AI for AECO. Let me talk a little bit about WSP. We are about 74,000 employees around the globe, most in Canada and US. And we are consultant engineers. Specifically, the office that I work for, we are in mission critical for data centers with MEP projects, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. And I am physically located in Atlanta, USA, but from Brazil. Today, my presentation is about building AI-powered tools for AEC, solving issues that we have in real projects. I will be presenting two projects that I led. The first one is AI to Spaco, and the second one is Ecomatic. AI to Spaco, the idea was born about 2 years ago when I first started implementing Gen AI, such as Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, into real projects. And at that time, if you well remember, you'd ask Midjourney to generate a hand, and this hand would come with 7 fingers. You'd ask for a beautiful face of a smiling girl and would come without one part in your mouth. Weird things going around, but we already knew the power of AI generating images, and we decided to apply to our projects as a trial. And we were very successful in one of these projects that we used as a pilot, but I figured out that was very powerful, but was not there yet. And the explanation is most of this generative AI is there for the generic industry. So they're going to create cat, dogs, whatever, not specific for architectural purpose. And when you talk about generating an image, you're going to have nowadays incredible rendered images, but they are just images. We can present to the client, but what can the client do with that? The end of our industry, the end goal is construction. And you can't just take these images, this beautiful image, to construction. So the question was, how can we make these images part of our existing BIM workflow? That's when we came with Ecomatic that tried to automate this workflow of turning image generated by AI as information to our BIM. And remember, BIM is about information, the I in the end, in our projects. So for AI to speckle, we started with an image, can be any image, can be even drawn by hand, or even just prompts. But this image typically will be very basic shapes just to define where is the ceiling, where is the floor, where is the door, the windows. And with this image, we create a print screen and send this as input for the generative AI. The user just needs to give a prompt, such as I want a living room with a sofa, some carpet, some wood, some timber in the walls, things like that. This is our first AI working. The AI generates thousands of images in a few minutes, as you well know. And then we start the second AI. That's the part that AI to Speckle was unique at the time. We come with AI segmentation. That's basically your AI understanding what is in the image. So the AI will understand what's ceiling, what's wall, what's floor, what's sofa, what's person. And by doing that, then we can segment the image and look for the materials that we're applying in these elements, such as, we do have wood in the ceiling. How does that wood look like? And then we start the third part, the third AI application in this tool that we developed, which is the AI similarity. Basically, we gave access to our tool to a library of materials, and the AI similarity would search in this library the material that matches with what the AI render suggested us. Our automation comes to game and download these materials that match with what was seen in the image. And automatically we send it back to the user so he can apply to the design. Here's the video when we first presented. This was a project in a competition. We won this competition. We were the first AI solution that combine AI renders, Gen AI, with AI segmentation to automate the design. So here you can see the users giving a prompt, such as I want a living room with bricks and wooden floor, interior design. Click to render, and in seconds, you have the realistic image of this 3D basic model that you had. If you like the image, you can go to extract. If you don't like, you can give a new prompt or try a new render until you get there with what you want. When you click extract, our automation comes to play, goes through the segmentation, through the similarity, and download the elements for you in our user interface. Here in the side, you can see all the elements, all the materials that our automation brought to you, and you can or download these materials or apply to your view. Here you're gonna see, I want to stop here. You can see the wall turning to brown when it should turn into bricks. And this was a challenge that we had to keep pushing this tool further. And that's why we came with other solutions to solve this problem. And this problem is a real problem in our industry. It's called interoperability. Interoperability, that word is hard. Because, and we went through to understand why the texture was not showing the view, and the industry answered to us, developers of the tools such as SketchUp, Revit, ArcVision, whatever. They answered that every single tool has a unique material scheme, and that's why all the data flows from one tool to another when you use connectors, except for textures, except for materials. And they can solve that, but it's not a priority right now. So we decided to solve by ourselves. This is how the tool was working. You have this super realistic, beautiful renders. In the side, you give the prompt, and in the bottom, you have the materials to download or apply. Okay, first moment, we had the tool working great with materials, but we wanted to go further. We wanted to also bring 3D assets. And the only limitation that we had is because we didn't have access to a library with 3D assets. So we kept developing this tool, and we had meetings with giants in the industry that provides 3D assets, and they really wanted to collaborate with us. And that allowed us to bring 3D assets, not just materials. So when segmentation and visualize, let's say, a sofa, the similarity will search for the sofa in the library that we gave access and automatically download the sofa to your project. Okay, when we first came with this development for 3D assets, not just materials, we were keeping eyes on AI capability, which is image to 3D. Basically, you bring an image and the AI generates for you the 3D. But at the time, and we are talking about 1.5 years ago, this capability was really low in quality. The same that happened with Midjourney, like that you would ask for a hand and it would give a hand with 7 fingers. The image 3D had same challenge. And when we tested at the time, the quality was really low. So we were like, it's not good enough to be applied, but maybe in 5 years. And we gave 5 years. We thought that would take 5 years. And we thought, I mean, like PhDs and people that really developed AI. Because to train these models that generate 3D assets, you need to have database of some parts of 3D scans, real world 3D scans. And at the time, the developers, most of the data that they had were from 3D scans of small objects, such as dolls, toys, cars and toys, not the real car, and small chairs, small objects like lipsticks. And whenever we try to generate big assets, such as an entire house or a bed or a real car, the quality would come really low. The corners of the object would come very weird, and the quality was just not there yet. And we were expecting to see better quality in about 5 years. But for our surprise, we're talking about 1 year, and that's the quality that you can have from AI generating 3D assets for you. This sofa, the image was generated by Midjourney, and the 3D asset was generated by AI that does image to 3D. And it took literally, I would say, 7 minutes, this 3D asset. And you can bring this 3D asset to your project. You may suffer with the materials. As I said, we do have the challenge with interoperability. You may miss the materials in these elements, but definitely you can bring the mesh. And if your tool accepts USD or other file formats, you can bring the entire asset, even with the materials and textures. This is our incredible team, genius people that develop AI to Speckle. We have Abchek, we have Josie, which is a PhD, we have Marwan, that's a full stack developer. We are all across the globe. We met online. We never saw each other in person, but we kept developing this project through months and months. And we are very glad that we came with this solution because it was the first in the world and influenced many other solutions that you can see out there, startups and so on, that are using Stable Diffusion and generative AI to solve challenges in the architectural field. All right. AECOmatic. AECOmatic was also a winner in a competition, first place. And it turned to be a very efficient way to work with carbon. It's a sustainability solution. But not lots of people know. This was the first challenge, our problem that we brought for AECOmatic, which is 40% of the global carbon emission in the world comes from the AEC industry. And from this 40%, 11% is coming from materials that we use. It's a big shame for us in the industry, and we do have goals that we need to achieve until 2050, reducing this carbon. So Ecomatic comes as a solution to help us to cut carbon from our projects by paying attention in the carbon being embodied in the materials that we use. Not lots of people know, but the real origin of Ecomatic is not the sustainability cause, but the interoperability problem. Which is when we were working in the AI to speckle, we visualized this issue that the materials would not come through, and we were like, how can we solve that? And we talk about Ecomatic, which at the time was not called Ecomatic, was just a tool to help us to bring the information about materials from one platform to another. That's the origin. But of course, the sustainability turned into a way bigger problem that we took as goal of Ecomatic. And these are the three pillars of Ecomatic today. Sustainability, of course, we want to know about the carbon that are in our materials and take better decisions in which materials we're going to use in our design. Efficiency, because it's an automation, the user does not need to do a lot to get this information into their projects. And interoperability, which is the materials are not flowing from one project to another, from one software to another. Ecomatic is also an AI powered tool, and the AIs that we are using here is Stable Diffusion, which generates the images. And most of the tools that we're gonna see out there, the startups, they use Stable Diffusion at the background to generate the images. And the thing is, to access Stable Diffusion, you're gonna need a user interface. And typically this user interface is Forge or ComfyUI, and there are many others nowadays. But the engine is a Stable Diffusion. And we were using Stable Diffusion to generate the image of the textures that we want to use in our materials in Revit. And the second, we are also using 25th Materials, which is a platform that allows you to find data about materials that are being used in the AEC industry, used for construction. So Stable Diffusion was giving for us the images, and 25th Materials giving us information about carbon. With that, the integration is basically, we have Stable Diffusion creating the images, we have 25th Materials coming with the data about carbon, and then we have Dynamo generating the materials in Revit and including the image and the carbon factor. This is a tool as we presented in the competition. We literally developed this tool in 6 hours during the competition in Autodesk University. We were first place winners. And basically our users would give a prompt in the Dynamo player, describing the materials such as blue, plastic bubbles with bump, plastic high reflect, blue bumps, texture. You run and automatically our automation in Dynamo will assign these materials in your elements already with the textures and the information about carbon. What if we don't need to do one by one? What if we want to do all the materials in your project all at once? You want to include the textures and the carbon information in one click. So we figure out that the architects, they already do part of the work before using our tool. Most of the projects, they create an Excel sheet with information about the materials that they are using in the project. And in this Excel sheet, you have information such as code of this material, who is fabricating this material, what's the description, if it's glossy, if it's not, what's the material being used, all the information that we need to allow our automation to create the image and to bring the carbon factor. So based on that, we can, instead of type the description, just bring these Excel sheets as input in our tool, and automatically generate all the materials in Revit for you with the texture and the carbon factor. This is our script in Dynamo. I don't know if it's going to be big enough for you, but basically here we have Stable Diffusion creating the images for us. In the side, we have the carbon emission information coming from 25th materials. And here, the creation of the materials by Dynamo in Revit, or the second option that we started working with, 3D, Civil 3D. The same logic could apply to other tools. And this is our incredible team. Thanks God I had the very pleasure to work with incredible minds in all these projects that I led. Here's Enrique and Eamon. Thank you so much. We had a lot of fun working in this project. Well, Ecomatic got lots of attention. We were very proud of the tool that we developed because we made sustainability easy, and Ecomatic turned to be an influence in the industry. After us, many other solutions came more and more. We got some articles and so on. So we decided to keep developing it with 25th materials, and we came with a tool called EcoCraft, which now is a plugin for Revit. And the reason for that is because Dynamo is hard for some people. And with the plugin for Revit, we would be capable to do it even more intuitive and easier for the user. So with EcoCraft, you just select an element in your project, you click continue. Our automation will search for these materials in 25th materials. Here you're gonna have all the information, density, carbon factor, units about this material. If you want more information, you have a link for 25th materials. There you can learn more about this material. And whenever our automation runs, it brings 3 to 4 options of materials that match with your search. So you can compare which one is causing a lower emission of carbon, so you can take more guided decisions which material to use and how you can cut carbon in your project. You also have options to give manual input. Sometimes the description is not good enough, or sometimes the carbon factor, you want to change that. So it's very user interface. The user interface is very helpful. Then when you click OK, automatically you're gonna have the parameters with the information in your material, in your elements with embodied carbon and density. And automatically all the same elements that carry this material in the project will carry this information. So you don't need to do element by element, it's all at once. So it's fast for you. All right, Ecomatic, we do have the website. If you want to learn more, if you want to have a demo with EcoCraft, and I'm confusing EcoCraft and Ecomatic. If you want a demo with EcoCraft, go to the website. 25th Material is there to help us. It's very accessible. And I do here want to give an aspect of EcoCraft. I would like to ask in the chat if you can guess where is the AI in EcoCraft based on this workflow I showed with the plugin. Does anybody, and I know I'm giving the answer here in the screen, but the AI in EcoCraft is not very obvious, but very powerful. And many other solutions in the industry are using that, not just in the industry, in all the industries, because you guys know that to train AI, everybody's going to be talking about data, 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 data. The data needs to be good. We need more data. How is the data? And we figure out that AI can help fixing the data. And you know, in being our projects, typically they are great projects, but the data is bad because we are humans. We're gonna commit typos. We're gonna have mistakes. We're not gonna be standardized. We're gonna have restaurants with 10 different names. Some people will call it sanitary. Some people will call it just WC, WA, Mictory. There are many ways to call restaurants. And when you talk about automation, most of the automations will use keywords. And if the keyword's not 100% exactly as it should, you're not gonna find the answer that you're looking for. So we are using AI to help with that. If the keyword is not correct, AI will translate that to the correct words, such as, let's tell the AI, can be ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I want you to follow this list that's provided by 25th Materials, and 25th Materials only have materials called timber. If in your project the material is called wood, ChatGPT will understand that wood actually is not in the list that we provided, but wood means timber. So ChatGPT would translate wood to timber, and then the results that we get in our tool is much more precise, because even if the keyword's not exactly matching the list that we provided, ChatGPT will translate this word to what matches with 25 materials, and by doing that, you have way better results. Same happening with Google. For example, when you go to Google, if you don't put exactly keywords, in the past, you would not find the exactly results. But now, even if you type with mistakes, with words missing, spaces where they shouldn't exist, you're going to get a great result, because they do have an AI trying to understand what you mean by saying what you said. All right, EcoCraft is here. It's a great example of AI not being the core of the two, because here the core is the carbon emission, is the connection between Revit and 25th materials, but AI is still allowing us to get better solutions, better automations, better AI-powered tools for AEC and many other industries. And let me keep going here. That's my presentation for today. It will be a pleasure to keep in contact. At the beginning here, I have my LinkedIn in case you want to keep connection in the top right. And I'm happy to give some answers if you have questions.
Thank you, Jordana. Let's maintain the Q&A session at the end of the other presentation, at the end of the session.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That was
Thank
a
you.
powerful presentation with real solutions that are already making a difference in the sector. Thank you so much. Let me get back again my screen just to present our last speaker. Our final speaker is Varun, CEO and co-founder of the nCircle Tech. He will show us practical ways AI is helping with design optimization and improving efficiency on construction sites. Varun, welcome. The stage is yours now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. Let me share my screen. I think all the ladies have set the bar very high, so I'll do my best to take this forward as best as possible. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Tessa, Lilian, everyone to invite me to this session. I am Varun Bhartiya, co-founder and CEO of nCircle Tech. I have 15 plus years of experience in the AEC industry. I've been started as a software developer, very passionate about technology and the construction space. We've been playing around with AI technology. Briefly about nCircle Tech, we are a custom software services provider company. We build applications that empower businesses to do faster, better in the construction space. So I think AI is everywhere. We all know the story. It's unavoidable. And as the founder of NVIDIA also said, AI won't take your job, but someone using an AI will. So this has sent all the companies scrambling to figure out how to use AI, how to adopt AI, what can we do with AI. And I think both Lilian and Jordana had given us very good examples of what can be done. So AI is not a buzzword anymore. Investments wise, management team, investors are pouring in money without much scrutiny. They can give money for anything that starts with AI. Lot of companies and survey results are showing that 55% of BIM managers are also using AI-driven tools, 80% planning them, and it's obviously, as you can see, adding a lot of productivity to a lot of tools and daily workflows. But as you invest more into these technologies, this wave will come to an end, or will have a question at the end of the tunnel that what is the return on investment? So from my experience building a lot of AI applications, working on different use cases, I want to share first few quick tips about journey to adopting AI, and then I can show you some of the demonstrations of tools that we have built. So as a first step, it is important to figure out the right problem for AI. What do we mean by that? AI cannot solve everything. A lot of us imagine AI to be like everything, like a magic wand that can answer any of your questions and do everything. But that is often not the case. AI is good in with probability. It works with probability. So it is good in optimizing certain use cases rather than really deciding things for you. It can add a lot of value added information that will help you make the decision, but again it is not actually making the decision for you, so it is not replacing the human judgment. To elaborate this point, let me give you some examples. As Lilian also suggested, contracts management. Now, if you ask a direct question to an AI system, should we go ahead with this bid or not? Maybe it's too difficult for an AI to answer and for humans to rely on that answer. But on the other side, a good problem statement for AI would be, out of these 15, 20 bids, prioritize top 10 bids to look after, or which have minimum risk exposure, or for whatever reasons. And I think AI can do a very good job at prioritizing such use cases or such bids. Similarly, a bad question for an AI would be, tell me amount of material X to be ordered versus which materials are likely to have shortage on a given project. Again, better supporting information for humans to make decisions. We go forward, a lot of use cases are also about converting 2D to 3D, change management, drawing QC check. A lot of these use cases are require very high degree of precision, especially when you are working with construction drawings and taking it to the field, where there is high degree of accuracy required. I think it takes long time to bring things to production level accuracy. You start uh, nicely with a lot of exciting proof of concept, but it can take a long time when you are adopting it for production usage. Tip number two, it is, I mean, we all understand now that data is the gold mine for all the companies. Data is the key to unlock the power of AI. And lot of this data, I mean, construction companies are sitting probably on terabytes of data. But a lot of these data is also unstructured. And as Jordana said, everyone likes to call every single property very differently. A lot of this is still unstructured, and there's certain things, certain steps that need to be taken to make this data usable. You can even implement certain practices in your organization to generate data that might be more suitable for data in the future. Again, to give you an example, for a lot of quantity takeoff use cases, a lot of people are tagging on the drawing files about what they are quantities, and this tag data can really feed into a lot of machine learning use cases. Just as an analogy, if you remember when Facebook or all these two social media things were launched, and even Google Photos, they asked us to draw square around people and tag each other. That's how eventually that data was consumed by these companies to train their machine learning models, and soon they started automatically recognizing this photo is of Varun or this photo is of any other person. So similar is the use case. More data that you organize for feeding into machine learning, I think more usable that data becomes. As you are adopting these technologies, it is important to understand that this space, everyone is concentrating on this space, figuring out a lot of investments and uh, uh, building new solutions every day. These are also expensive solutions. data management, servers, processing cost, everything. POCs are very fast, but production takes very long time. Even the implementation within the organization can take very, very long time. But on the other side, new frameworks and new libraries are getting launched every other day. As Lilian also mentioned, it caused big turmoil in the markets when DeepSeek was launched at much lower price, much shorter time, and much more faster. So these are the kind of scenarios that are likely to happen with any technologies that you are adopting, because this space is currently very, very volatile. So we need to be careful as we are investing in any AI technology within your organization. When you're adopting these technologies, you will come across different kinds of people that uh, look at AI technology in very different ways. Some of them are very reluctant. They feel almost like their job is about to be taken away. They will resist. They will complain about the AI. They will always say that AI is unreliable and cannot replace humans. There's other set of people who are very optimistic with AI. They always feel like AI can do everything. Let's adopt AI in everything that is possible. But the middle ground is the human AI collaboration. AI can feed a lot of information for faster decision making of humans. I would like to imagine AI as the junior in your team who is really learning day by day all the day to day activities that you're doing, but really the decision making is still with the humans consuming all this information. As you are again implementing all this AI in your organization, you will need people who are innovators, adventurous, who can also work with limitations of AI, which is quality and accuracy, to validate and ensure that they are implemented properly within the organization. So these were a few tips or certain checks that I feel everyone needs to pay attention to while you're adopting any new AI technology. Now, let me talk about some actual use cases in the construction space as we've implemented. I'm going to talk about 4 use cases: AI in Scan to BIM, AI in Power BI, AI in rendering. I think Jordana covered a whole lot about Stable Diffusion, AI in ACC as well. So let me switch over to the present videos. Right, sharing my screen again. So let me give you a background a bit around this. Scanning, LiDAR scanning is increasing very rapidly in this space. We want to scan everything for various purposes. But process to convert all this scan data and making sense out of this scan data has largely been a very manual process. So in this use case, we are describing the process of how we can speed up this entire point cloud to BIM model process. Now, for one such energy company who has to optimize the energy consumption in houses, needs to go and scan the housing in individual houses and then come up with the heat loss calculation and then does the estimate. But traditional process has been, if you want solar panels, first team goes, scans it, again they have the data only for the roof information. Then if you want to do insulated walls, team has to go again, do all the measurements, and then the quotation or the entire exercise gets repeated if you want to optimize or implement anything else. With scanning, it is one time archiving and digitization. You go scan it once, and then you can use this information again and again for any different kinds of examples or any kind of efficiency improvement initiatives. So here's a point cloud data of the scanned house. We again have Revit plugin which can consume these E57 files directly as a point cloud input. This then fed to the machine learning engine, which is automatically analyzing everything within the point cloud and creating a BIM model. It is also applying templatized actual geometry, I mean families. It is creating actual, not just a mesh object, but picking up the right families from the BIM model. So if I show you again in depth, so this is the automatically generated BIM model out of point cloud data. As you can see, it is a full BIM model specifically with entities. User can do a quick quality check on the model if necessary. We'll take sections. Essentially, it is showing that, okay, these are the walls, different walls created. Each of these elements are actual, again, highlighting these are not mesh objects, these are families of Revit that have been created. We can do the similar quality check, quick quality check on the lower floor. You can see some of the construction lines also that model has created to instantiate the objects. If I select in any individual entities, you would notice that these are walls, specifically windows, all these kind of entities which are properly instantiated during the process. Take this forward. How is this actually happening? So this is original point cloud. We automatically crop the point cloud based on the density of the points available. We then crop it based on the floors. Now, here's the process where core machine learning is adding value to the point cloud data. Like Jordana also mentioned, segmentation logic applied in 3D space, 3D point clouds. We are converting point cloud data and group of points as these set of points being door points, or these set of points being window points or furniture or whatsoever necessary. This then allows us to extract points only related to walls, and then we can use these walls points to, if I look at it from the top view, these are all the wall points associated. This then creates floor plans. We extend those floor plans, everything, all that external, internal walls, all differentiation. This then results into a text file, JSON file, which is basically information about every geometrical entity. This is then used to actually instantiate the BIM model automatically with actual entities and thus speeding up the process. You also do a lot of quality check, I mean automatic deviation check on the model. If anything is deviated from the distance, again, quality check is important as you are transitioning or doing a lot of these model conversions. Our team could reduce the process which was converting these point clouds into BIM model, which used to take from scanning to full conversion into a BIM model and then doing the heat loss calculations. This process traditionally took 5 days. Someone going, taking the measurements, coming home, doing all these calculations. We could speed this up from 5 days to a matter of a 1 day turnaround, because scanning these days is much faster. Can scan a house within half an hour. Lot of this process BIM model gets created automatically, and we automated the process of doing heat loss calculation, quantities export, everything like that automatically. So again, these workflows are speeding up the way energy calculations are happening, helping with digitization and addressing one core problem in the industry, which is converting point cloud data into BIM models. Now, that takes me to my next example, which is this one, very similar to what Jordana has described. We've all used, or a lot of you who may not be aware, a lot of companies need this initial design iterations of uh, designs. If you want to explore options much faster without getting into full detail of designs, so you can provide as better a prompt as required, and it would start creating better rendered images, and if you like it, can take it forward with the rest of the workflows. Here I'm showing you demonstration from different BIM tool Vectorworks. Again, based on the prompt, it is rendering the design. You can compare original, earlier. As you can see, there are certain differences where AI can get creative, put things wherever not necessary. But these are more from the initial conceptual design phases where you want to iterate on the design look and feel, and then take any particular design forward. So prompt here could be, I mean, contemporary house, slanted roofs, glass walls, stone patio, and mounted sitting. So again, it would generate the design. You can compare different options. Many such use cases, you can put in different prompts, helps you visualize, iterate much faster, much better, can get creative with different designs. This is text getting converted into render and text prompts utilized in design options creation. I hope that makes sense. The next example that I'm going to talk about is, sorry. So this is about for a company which managed a lot of office spaces, wanted to have one view of all their office spaces in a dashboard, like a control dashboard. And a lot of these management people want to interact with these dashboards in a comfortable manner and with a lot of human like interaction. So I'll explain in a bit how this works. Obviously, Power BI, we are all aware, very powerful tool for all business intelligence analytics as necessary. But oftentimes you would want to talk to the interface with directly natural language. Show me rent from work unit X so and so. It will provide that information. Oftentimes you don't remember exact specifics of any use case. So like you might want to say, show me 40-watt halogen bulbs or lights. It would find those particular use cases. Show me parking spaces. Again, it can find those. The next example is interesting. You could ask a system to highlight even the walls, or sorry, doors through which queen bed can pass. So again, in this particular use case, the system is understanding queen bed, what is the dimension, what that translates into, certain number of feet, and then it would highlight the doors that are greater than that dimension. So again, interactions made simpler. You can extend this to the next level. This next example is from Autodesk Construction Cloud. We're consuming information from Autodesk Construction Cloud to extract all the issues information from Autodesk Construction Cloud. A lot of them are a lot textual. You may want to, again, sometimes it becomes difficult to interact with the system. Autodesk is also launching ACC AI, but if you have data to be extracted from different sources, not just Autodesk Construction Cloud, these kind of technologies are very much accessible now. You can build these technologies much, or these kind of use cases much faster. In this particular example, we are using Copilot Studio and feeding the data directly from ACC to Copilot Studio, which can then be also be made available to all kinds of channels. If you want to publish this agent into Teams channel or for your Slack channel, it would be possible. Again, the power of this is you don't have to go look for specific issue in specific use case. You are interacting like a bot, like a human, and it would search that information from wherever, whatever database you are referring to, and start answering the questions related to that. Some of these examples are to really encourage your creativity. Again, like I said, these technologies are evolving so fast. Every organization is trying to implement such use cases on their own, much faster to provide better services to the user. So one technology that you build might still become available very soon throughout the industry. So I think those were all the presentations, demonstrations from my side. I'm now open for any questions.
Thank you so much, Varun.
Yeah.
Let me get back again my screen. And before we open the Q&A, we have one more presentation. Let's bring back Lilian. Lilian, please. Lilian is the Master Director of the Master in Artificial Intelligence for Architecture and Construction at ZIGURAT, and she will tell us a little bit more about this program. So Lilian, please go ahead. Thank you.
Hi there again. Yep. Well, I think today we went through some fundamental knowledge of generative AI and also the first hand of AI application decided by our ex-student and also BIM expert Jordana from WSP. And then we also discussed some real-world application examples from the industry application expert and leader Varun from nCircle Tech as well. And I think at ZIGURAT, we are very concerned for the latest trend and possibility for the future. And we decided this master degree course to meet the future need of the AECO industry and also prepare the future leader of the AECO labor market. And you might notice that it's a lot of AI development and involved in our life as well. And the pace is really accelerate every day and every month as well. And then it's quite hard to catch. But can you imagine like you can be one of the AI expert by studying and learning all these products, and maybe you can be a product designer or an AI project owner as well. And I think the advancements of making AI to be a valuable tools to improve the day-to-day workflow, more efficiency and safety and overall performance for the construction industry. And I think the technology is evolving and they are adopting to make a big impact for AEC anyway. So they are only growing. No one can stop it. Let's face it. And the question is like how we embrace this AI is not just not optional, and it's a necessary for the AECO firm or individual professional. And staying more competitive and increase more opportunity and more visions for this digital world. And this course is particularly designed for aiming this. And the course is 1 year academic year and also conducted in English by myself and other professor as well. And as we'll cover fundamental aspect of the digital transformation through AI, and also cover the generative design and BEAM, machine learning, digital twins, smart city, and so much more. And a lot of this area is more in-depth knowledge than today's demonstration. Okay, and yeah, so as I say, the place of the innovation of the generative AI or the AI is so it's not going to slow down. Okay, and the trend is reflected to this growing into real world examples from coding, automating, and supporting, producing art and design options. Just you can see the example from nCircle Tech, and enforcing the ethics standard, regulation, and all this. And for the industry to continue to evolve. And I think individual and organizations should learn and try to adopt this innovative technology and to be part of their journey and to gain significant advantage for that. Today session, we only saw the possibility, okay? What the industry need, and the most important things is what you can achieve after the course. And like Jordana is a good example. A couple of years ago, she been here, and then now she is keep growing as well. And I think it's not just the course and the people and all the committee and the whole culture is in changing as well, and how to grow it to be an expert in the industry. And I think this master degree course is teaching you so much more in depth and explore more opportunity. And if you want to get more information about this AI master degree course, and please, you can scan this QR code for more information or contact our administration team directly. And thank you so much for attended this AI Congress. And remember, the possibility is unlimited, and hope you enjoy this session. Thank you.
Perfect, Lilian. Thank you so much. Again, I invite you all to scan the QR code, ask us for more information, and discover with our admission team how this program could help shape your future in the industry. And now it's time to answer your questions. We have received great comments in the chat, and we are happy to hear directly from you. So I see some questions here, and the first one is for Jordana. Jordana, how can I apply this technology to create landscape projects? Is there a specific tool or workflow you would recommend it?
For landscape, you can definitely apply Gen AI to get realistic images, especially like, let's say vegetation. If you're not responsible for that, you may want an AI generating for you and reduce your time. Because let's say it's not part of your scope, you can have AI doing that for you. And there are many Gen AI tools right now in the industry. I don't want to do merchandise, but for sure you can use nCircle as well. But as there are so many options right now, just put like AI Gen in the web and you're gonna see thousands of them. But the most popular one and more, I would say the quality is great. I would try just starting with Midjourney. And then if you want to optimize your time even more, you try one specific tool for AEC, such as nCircle. And yeah, I don't want to do publicity too much here. Don't know how far that I could go.
Okay, perfect. Anyone wants to say something? Lilian or Varun, do you want to comment something now? Or I can do the other questions.
I think can go on next question.
Perfect. So I saw one here. I can address this for anyone, okay? Is there any AI add to generate design in Revit? Varun or Lilian or Jordana?
So I think in design in Revit, it depends on the use cases. I mean, what kind of use cases, design options you were looking to search for. We've seen many kind of use cases that even though they may not be like directly a Revit plugin, but they may output final designs into Revit. You may want to do parking lot designs, even probably desk design, if you're into office space management. A lot of these use cases can be explored. Specific examples, I mean, can try Hyper, you can try TestFit. These are some examples that can help you uh, do the design iterations of any particular objective. I mean, very generic examples could be difficult, but if you pick a specific use case like rebar design or any other structural design or anything else, then standard automation can also help you convert your specific rules of your design into faster process of automation. Generally, I feel AI designs would be better, or AI use cases will be better where you want to be creative. What other options we have that can help you with Revit plugins?
Yeah, I think in the market we already got some examples, and like from say the Hyper Skimmer and a lot of software company, they already have this add-in as well. And I think by the end of the course, and you might able to design something suitable for yourself as well. So it just really depends on what you're looking for, and how imaginative you can be, and all about the problem solving, and what is the problem there, and then how you solve it.
Perfect, thank you. And the last question, how can I apply these solutions or these tools, the AI tools, to further optimize workflow as a mechanical engineer in facilities management? Anyone?
So on this, I think in facility management, with a lot of these sensors, you can collect huge amounts of data of temperature, occupancy, humidity levels, everything. And I think this data is a best use case for optimizing the energy consumption. You can predict the time of the day when you want to really start air conditioning, optimize based on the sunlight. There are use cases in which you can even control uh, the tint level, the transparency level of the glasses based on the ambient condition, room condition, to let more light flow in, or even control the temperature within the building. So these are probably best use cases of AI to optimize the energy efficiency.
Which combines a lot with the digital twins. So when you power digital twins with AI, then you can predict the future of maintenance and so on.
Yeah, you can apply a lot of IoT, and again, really depends what task you're looking for. Are you looking for the air, lighting, or the temperature, and a lot of different tasks you're looking for. And there is a lot of different tools in the market you can choose from. But as Ram say, you can pick like whatever suitable for your task. There is loads of tools in the market.
Perfect. Thank you all. We've got another question that I want to be the last one, is approximately how many % do you think your work process has been speeded up by applying AI tools? And I would like you all answer this question just to finish, because I think that's really interesting. Lilian?
Well, I will say a lot. Depends the task again. Because I don't have a particular. You didn't ask for a particular task in here, and I think general. Yeah, if you look at the, also you compare with what you're doing, because like if you compare 10 years ago and you use the 3D Studio Max to render image, and then now it's just like 10 seconds, and I would say like over 1,000%, you know. So how you compare the situation, and what tasks you are comparing, and as a big topic, and yeah, so I cannot answer straight direct answer to you, but like you got what I mean.
I would say that if you see a very precise number for this question, this answer, you may be in alert, because I don't think anybody has a precise number for that, since we're still starting the implementation and most of the projects are pilots and the AI is changing too fast. So tomorrow maybe you spend 5 hours if today you were spending 6. So it's hard to track this number. Other presentations that I give, people ask, and my answer is always like a lot, but we don't know exactly how much, but a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it takes time to productionize these use cases and then really measure the actual productivity benefits. But for us, we were converting about 1,000 houses from point cloud to BIM model a month. And as I said, we could optimize the workflow, which was very manual earlier, not even using LiDAR scan. So there were many improvements implemented across the entire workflow that resulted into speeding up from 5 days to a single day. But specifically from AI and scan to BIM use cases, we would say it helps us save about 25-30% of the modeling time.
Yeah, I think again, and also depends on your data, depends the person, and how skillful of the person to use the tools as well. And yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Do you want to leave a message to our audience? Lilian, Jordana, and Varun, I invite you now. Before I finish this session, I would like you to leave a message to our audience, to people that watch us in this live session, and also the people that will see this recording.
I
Yeah.
would like to go back to the question about the landscape project, how to apply AI. I didn't want to use this space as publicity, but you have my LinkedIn. I would be happy to give more information in person.
Okay. Lilian?
Yep. Message. Yes. Keep learning. The possibility is unlimited.
Perfect. Love it, Lilian. Varun, Jordana?
Go
Thank you
ahead,
so
Jordana.
much. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, and always good to keep learning.
Varun?
Yeah, people, I mean, always keep learning, and Circle also carries the same tagline, infinite possibilities. AI is something that you cannot ignore right now. So keep a close eye on what is happening in this industry. Without this, you might be left behind. So keep learning.
Perfect.
Cheers.
So, well, what an inspiring session this has been, all. And on behalf of the entire ZIGURAT team, I want to thank you, our speakers, Lilian, Jordana, and Varun, for sharing their time and knowledge with us today. Your talks showed us that AI is not the future, it's the present, and it's already changing how we design, plan, and building. And to everyone in the audience, thank you for being here. We hope this session gave you new ideas and maybe even new goals. If you want to continue learning, don't forget to check out our Masters in AI Architecture, in AI for Architecture and Construction. Once again, thank you all. Stay curious, stay connected, and see you at the next ZIGURAT event. Thank you so much. See you.